Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another podcast. Stop getting played on dating apps. Now, this is kind of a follow-up to what I was talking about in my previous podcast about that whole Tinder trap thing, which I don't understand. I don't understand how dudes are getting played on dating apps. Now, I remember, maybe last year sometime, got some scuttle about, Rom not knowing like the modern game because the dating apps, people arguing with me because they saying, well, Rom, you don't know the modern stuff. The dating apps done changed the game and social media done changed the game. No, it hasn't. Because you still got to use common sense. And I looked at that Tinder trap thing and I was like, wait a minute, how y'all get played on that shit? I don't even mess with dating apps and stuff, and I wouldn't have got played on that shit. Because like I said, common sense hasn't changed at all. Well, maybe that's changed. Maybe a lot of younger guys act like they now don't have any concept or any street smarts, anything like that. Because it's no way. How you get played? Just like I said in the previous podcast. How these dudes didn't try to FaceTime her or at least talk to her or something before making a move to like go meet her. I mean, how you get played? I don't get that shit. Yeah, you see their picture or you see a picture and you see some words and you swipe right or whatever the fuck you do on one of these things. But damn, you gonna tell me y'all can't FaceTime first? Or FaceTime or WhatsApp, Skype their asses first? Shit, I got a Zoom account if nothing else. Shit, you gonna tell me you can't investigate? People seriously, no, seriously. It's like everybody's like so busy trying to think, oh, there's some newfangled stuff. They forget to like do some due diligence. In fact, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It shouldn't. There's no way somebody should get played. Like the whole concept of catfish. You can't say, like, if you call somebody, say, well, okay, why don't we Skype? Why don't we WhatsApp? The shit's free. Let me see what you look like. FaceTime. Come on now. And people can't say that shit. And if they say, well, I can't because of this, that, it's like, all right, I don't want to mess with this person. Shit, at least you don't got a social media page, Instagram. Especially you under the age of 30. Because that'd be the first thing. I'd be like, yeah, let me see your Facebook. I'm going to send you a friend request. Shoot. Check it out. See if they all, if they still like, nah, then it's like, all right, I ain't messing with you. Right? But you still got some dudes getting played on it. And you still got some dudes. And see, that part about, checking them out on, video call or something, that's just one part of it. Another part of it is, if as a man, stop being so damn pressed. Seriously, stop being so pressed that you're going to go off an old-ass picture or something. You're like, I'm going to tear that up. Shoot, even if she looked nice, she said some nice words or something, the way the game is, you got to ask yourself some questions. You really do. You got to ask yourself some questions. It's like, okay, why is she on here? She looking all cute. What she want? Because a lot of women slick. We know the IG models do it, get some money and stuff. But some women might think, hold up, let me get some bills paid. There's somebody thirsty on here. They look halfway decent. They get on there. They ain't looking for a relationship any more than you are. Sometimes they looking for sex, but sometimes they looking just to, play somebody, get somebody to pay some bills or something, find some sucker or something, And this is why I just kind of laugh when somebody say like, oh, it's different. No, it's just a different means of communication. People are still people, right? As a parent with that Tinder trap thing, I was like, damn. Damn. I'm sorry. I'm like, yeah, I mean, yeah, you know what? The game has changed. People gotten stupider in it. It's like, dude, I gotta say something else about that. They were saying in the video, the idiots who made the damn thing set all that up. They were just like, Yeah, we set up an answer machine and everything. So you gonna actually travel based on that. And it was probably more people who wanted to come. Cause I heard people were coming from out of town for that joint. And how many people have traveled across the country or something for somebody they barely met? You know, based off some social media thing. That's some dumbass shit too. That's some dumbass shit. And then people wonder why they get played. You know what? The problem with it is, and this relates to what I talked about, the unicorn chase, and what I was talking about yesterday. Everybody, they so busy looking for that, you know, that special person or anything, their imagination take over, which I expect from women because that's their nature. But a lot of dudes nowadays ain't thinking. I mean, you know what? A lot of dudes will come out and say, I ain't about that game. I'm in the real life and all that shit. Real life is the game. It's having some common sense. It's like thinking about shit. Thinking about motivations. Every single time somebody interact with you, they got a motivation. Sometimes it's a bad motivation, like they trying to take advantage. Sometimes it's a good thing. They motivate because they just think you cool. They try and get to know you. But every single time you interact with somebody, they got a motivation. And the game is to figure out, is this motivation good or is it bad? Every single time. And anybody who can't recognize that, they living with their head in the sand. And I can guarantee I have some female friends that can empty out their bank account. You know, I'll pop off that pimping and stuff and like, shoot, you be financing my like son's education and stuff. Seriously. Investigate. You know, take your time. Stop being so pressed. Because shoot, for the guys, honestly, the woman might not be worth that. I mean, you know, and I've been thinking about that, you know, not even based off that Tinder trap thing, but I remember seeing this story about this dude. He got a loving wife, or he at least got a wife. I don't know if she was loving. She was something. Now, this dude was, I should have saved this story, but this dude was pushing a Rolls Royce. Looked like a brother who probably worked his way up and stuff. He pushing a Rolls Royce. He hooked up with some woman on social media and stuff. All of a sudden, he got his ass robbed. Was he robbed and killed? I think he might have been killed. Because, you know, met her at some hotel or something. And shoot, she had 3 of her boys there. And I'm like, well, there was several things wrong with that. It was like, y'all got to investigate. Y'all got to think. And then you got to have enough game. You got to get out your ego. See, a lot of times, some dudes in their ego and think, oh, yeah, I'm going to get this woman and stuff. That's ego. I'm going to tell you what, there's some real game. Second guess everybody. Because I know the people who all really rarely get played, or it's very hard to play them, they asking a question. It's like, all right, what's up with this? All right, yeah, I met this woman online, and he probably, like that dude with the Rolls Royce probably told her what he got and stuff, because too many dudes like bragging on this shit. Because, you know, they know some women going to get into it, so they going to say, yeah, I'm pushing this Rolls and stuff. And I guarantee there's a lot of people, there's always stories of somebody getting robbed or whatever. I'm like, shoot, please. That's one reason I don't really mess with it. Because I said there's always a motivation. Always. Sometimes it's good. Let's keep it 1,000. Let's keep it 1,000. Yeah, some women you can get maybe some easy sex and whatnot. But even then, you still got to be smart about it. You got to ask questions. You got to look around, you know. Shoot. Anybody who saw that movie, The Usual Suspects? When they had Kevin Bacon in that joint, Verbal Kent, when he was first in that police office. And they showed him, he was just looking around observing. That's the thing I'm doing. I'm paying attention to shit. You know, I'm checking out social media. If I'm going to do that shit, if I'm going to do it, I may, you know, swipe right or something. Say she cute or something. All right, call her up. Or she call me, whatever the case might be. I'm like, hey, you got Skype? You got WhatsApp? FaceTime? All right, yeah, I got this Zoom account. We can do a face-to-face there. I want to know before we waste our time. We got to click. You know, and even then, I'm looking, I'm listening, I'm everything. And people who follow me on one of my private sites know I can read women very well, because I did a webinar on how to read women. And so I'm looking at body type, everything. I'm like, I'm listening. I'm listening to speech intonations, determining their social class, and then I'm measuring that against past experience and say, all right, this might be some game right here. She's sincere. This will be a quick hit. I'm gonna have to put a ring on that to even think about getting that if I'm gonna do all that. So basically, look, if you're gonna do that, be smart about it. If you're gonna play any, really just in the game and period, life in general, be smart about it. You know, feel good about yourself. Believe in yourself, but then have enough humility to know that you still need to pay attention to shit. Get out that ego to that point that you get arrogant and you ain't like really peeping the game. So stop getting played on dating apps. There's no reason in 2018 somebody should be getting played, whether that Tinder trap or any other catfish. There's no logical reason to me. No, I'm serious. There's no logical reason you should be getting played unless you just like a slow person. So anyway, that's it for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace and blessings.